So this is the workshop I just moved into. I've just started taking the ceiling down. The carpet's been ripped up, as you can see. Insulation hanging out the walls. But we've got to take down the suspended ceiling. There's quite a lot of work to get done here. What the plan is to rip out the ceiling you can see behind me tonight and tomorrow. And then tomorrow afternoon, somebody come in and epoxy the floor. As you can see, so we're going to latex it and then we're going to epoxy over the next few days. So we should have a nice white floor that we end up with, which should be great to put all of our machinery on and all that kind of stuff. So this is stage one. We haven't really planned out what's going to go where. It's quite a big space compared to what I'm used to, which I will show you later. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. So this is where I took down all the tiles from the roof before we got the aluminium frame down. It was really a horrible job, actually. There was loads of rubbish up in the ceiling, kept falling on my face, and the tiles just kept breaking all the time. I was trying to create nice, neat piles so we could put them in the skip easy enough, but it wasn't possible. So as you can see from the photo coming up, the state of the place was absolutely terrible and dangerous. You could really easily catch yourself on these things. So, nearly killed myself because the lights all came down when I pulled it, but we're doing okay. We're getting there slowly. So now I've got to get this thing down and get the rest of it down. I'd love to video myself doing it, but I can't because I didn't bring up my tripod, so you just have to see it when it's finished. So I did it. Managed to get all of the roof down. Yay! What a job that was. Just got to clear up now. Which, as you can see, is a bit of a job. I got it down, but the wiring is absolutely dodgy as hell. It's all just been done with, I don't know if you can see that, just little chock blocks all the way throughout. It was all just hanging down, and it all comes back to this light socket here, which is just a chock block, which is absolutely lethal. So we've got to get that changed out, get all the lights wired in. And I found out that there's this suspended wooden ceiling, which is quite interesting. I'll probably use that, so great. Okay, I think that's it for tonight. I've got to go, so back in tomorrow to tidy up. So I didn't get a chance to video it, but we spent all the next day tidying up all that mess that you can see and taking down the wood in the suspended ceiling. We had a lot of wiring to sort out, and in the end it was just so dangerous. We just ripped all of the wiring out and started again. So we ran a completely new circuit back to the board just to make sure that everything was totally safe. We really started to struggle after a while because it was going dark and we didn't have any lights, and these lights were so old that they weren't working. It caused us a real problem, and we had a friend of mine come in to latex the floor, late on that evening. So we just had to get the place completely clean and hoovered. It took me about 2.5 hours just to hoover it because there was so much rubbish on the floor. As you can see, this is my friend Dave, who's helped us wire it up, and you can see the light going. But yeah, we did manage to get it all done in the end. We got the lights on in time for the floor to be laid, and you can see a picture of that now coming up. As you can see, we ran out of latex on the first day, so Bradley had to come back on the second day with another 10 bags of latex just to cover over the horrible carpet stuff that was there. Where we tore the carpet up, it left this like horrible backing layer, and it was either get a concrete grinder and really take it back or just latex over it. So we decided in the end the easiest option would be to latex over it. It wasn't cheap though. It was 15 quid for a bag, and we spent about 30 bags on it in the end. Rockets, Harry! Okay, so welcome to day 3 of the restoration. I have done a brilliant job. Look, there's so much light you can't even see. Look at that. How good is that? I'll turn this way around. Okay, so I have completely rewired the lights. I have wired in a 16 amp line ready for my planer. I've also wired in a dust filter, which you can see behind me here, which sits above, just taking the dust out of the air. And then you can see I've reused all the old lights and put them all in a bank. The end one doesn't work, unfortunately, but they all go in a bank like that. Let's have a quick look. It's the end of day 3. Well, it's not the end of day 3, it's the evening of day 3. I've worked all day today and I managed to get all the electrics in and wired up, so the sockets are all finally on the wall. I'll just show you that. On the electrics, we've wired them back into the board over here. We put in a new 16-amp breaker, giving it all a nice clean up, and that's all done. Gave the windows a clean, but as you can see, there's quite a lot of mess still to clear up. So I'm a bit worried about security here, so I installed today a CCTV system, which you will see is looking at us now. Hi! So we installed a camera here, one in the office, one outside, and all around, so that we're nice and secure. And that was about my job for today. So looking at the ceiling here, we've still got these bits of wood up here and then these old beams, which are absolutely filthy, if you can see. And so I decided that I didn't want to move into here until I'd painted those. So I started painting them quite badly. So I'm just giving them a quick coat of paint as quickly as I can with a long roller, and we'll go from there. What time do I think I'll get finished tonight? Difficult to say. It's now 7 o'clock. I've been going since 10 o'clock this morning, but I reckon midnight, 1 a.m., something like that. Anyway, let's give it a go. All right, see you later. As predicted, it is now midnight, but look! You can't really see because of the lights and things like that. Everywhere's white. Everywhere's painted. And the floor is clean. Oh, I'm so cold. Right. So that's it now, ready for the epoxy paint. A few paint marks on the floor. But generally, I think it's looking great. It's white everywhere. Looking good. So I'll end part 1 here. Join us for part 2, where you can see how we epoxy the floor and move all the stuff in and how we wire up all the machines and things like that. But I think that kind of covers it for now. It was all nice and bright, ready to go, and the floor's all clean. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.